World War I. Part of our history. Why we remember. November 11th. The silence. On the 11th day of the 11th month, at the 11th hour, a silence fell over the battlefields of Europe. It was a silence that the world had prayed for. We pause every year on November 11th to honor those who have served. But the specific reason we hold this moment of remembrance goes back to one single, world-changing event. The end of the Great War. The Great War's toll. World War I, known as the War to End All Wars, was a conflict unlike any before it. It introduced mechanized slaughter, trapping millions of young men in brutal trench warfare. The war lasted for 4 devastating years and resulted in an estimated 16 million deaths, both military and civilian. The Armistice. By the autumn of 1918, the Central Powers were collapsing. A critical agreement, known as the Armistice, was drafted. An armistice is not a formal peace treaty. It is simply an agreement to stop fighting. The signing took place in a railway carriage in the forest of Compiègne, France, in the early morning hours of November 11th, 1918. 11th hour. At 11 a.m., the vast, horrific machinery of the war simply ground to a halt. The guns on the Western Front fell silent. The date was chosen specifically to be enshrined in history. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. From Armistice Day to Veterans Day. Originally, the holiday was called Armistice Day, created specifically to honor the sacrifices and service of those who fought in World War I. However, after World War II and the Korean War, countries like the U.S. changed the name in 1954 to Veterans Day, dedicating it to every veteran who served in the U.S. Armed Forces in any war or conflict. Other nations, such as Canada, chose the name Remembrance Day to retain the primary focus on the solemn memory of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Conclusion: never forget. This change means the original connection to World War I is often overlooked. But when you observe that moment of silence, remember its origin. It is a tribute to the soldiers who fought the war that ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, and a powerful reminder of the moment the entire world stopped, held its breath, and prayed for peace.